Happy New Day, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and watching. So this is a response video to a question that I've received so many times from people. It's a question / complaint. And it deals with your friends and your family, and how people turn on you and they show their true colors and turn out to be fake and inauthentic and all of that type of stuff. I wanted to give my perspective on that particular situation that a lot of people are dealing with. And, maybe just help some of you all see like another side to it. If you find that you're in a place in your life to where everyone seems to be turning on you or expressing themselves as inauthentic and fake and phony, you may have forgotten or not considered that everyone has the right to change their mind. Everyone is entitled to do whatever it is that they want to do and be whoever they want to be in any given moment. So if you get to a place to where you are disgruntled and upset and frustrated with somebody else, either doing something that you don't want them to do or not doing something that you do want them to do, you might want to think about the unconscious expectations that you have formed in your mind about them. Because when you say that somebody's fake or phony or inauthentic, that's coming from you, the one who is perceiving that person as that. And it's coming from a place of being a victim of their actions or inactions. So if you're someone who is looking to be relieved from the frustration and the irritation of other people just being whoever they want to be in any given moment, then it's good to look at what they're doing as something that is just a natural state of the flow. You may have a relationship with a person or a friendship that has lasted for many years, and it's been harmonious. It's been an equal exchange. You know, you've been there for that person. That person has been there for you. And one day, that person may show you a side that is not what you are used to. And based on the emotional response and how you feel, it's natural to say, oh, that person turned on me, or that person is fake or phony. But it's just that change happened. You know, every new moment is something different. So us being humans and none of us being able to stay the same in each moment, we all have the right to change. And one day feel like doing something and the next day be completely disconnected from it. And I've experienced that a lot in my life. I've experienced many different interests and connecting with many different people. And the next moment, it's like whatever interest I had just seems to disappear. And it's not necessarily a mental decision that I'm making. It's just I wake up and I no longer want to gravitate towards whatever I was interested in the previous day. So I've definitely experienced, people who perceive me as being, wishy-washy or even, like fake or phony, but it's not really something that I have any control over, and that's the same with everyone. If you just no longer feel like doing something, or even if it's just for that moment, you don't feel like doing something, or you feel like doing something different than what you may be used to, is just a part of the flow. And for those that are able to recognize that and understand it, then you'll find yourself not holding people accountable for changes in their behavior, or you won't look at it with such frustration and disgust and anger, because if you're focused on yourself and you understand just the basic laws and rules of nature, then it's not going to matter if a person operated a certain way for 20 years and then the next day after that 20 years of them being in a fixed pattern, they switch up and do something completely different. It won't matter to you, because you recognize that change is constant. And as humans, we will be moved no matter how much we try to stay the same. No matter how stubborn we may be or how fixed in a pattern we may be, we will be moved by life itself. So your friends who are fake and phony, your family members who are fake and phony, and that turn their backs on you and that aren't there for you, just switch that way of thinking into something that is more realistic with the overall holistic nature of us as human beings, being in an ever-changing reality. No one owes you anything. No one is obligated to be your friend forever. No one is obligated to respect you or to return favors or keep their promises or follow through with whatever they say that they're going to do in collaboration with you. Whatever it is that involves another person, always be open to unexpected change. And I always look at it as the fact that I'm here on this planet and I came here spontaneously, or it's perceived that I came here spontaneously, and I don't have any control over when it's my time to go. Unless I want to have so much control that I say, you know what, because I want to control my transition, I'm going to do it myself. I'm not in that state of mind to even think like that. So I'm here going with the flow. And the fact that any moment can be the end, you know, for any of us, that is very clear to me. That makes it very clear to me that I should never put so much trust and expectation and hold any other human being accountable for anything, because none of us are in control like that in this particular plane. So the best thing that I've realized that I can do is to be as connected to the flow as possible, and get out of this thing up here and listen to my body's intelligence and listen to my inner guidance, because that's always going to move me in a way with the least amount of resistance. And the more I do it, and the more I release, you know, these mental programs and morals that have come from outside conditioning, and, you know, the whole idea of what a friend is supposed to be, or how family is supposed to treat you, or that if you say that you're going to do something, you're supposed to do it. You know, all of these things are coming from a strict set of rules from outside programming. And in me listening more to my inner guidance, I'm learning what is actually true and correct for me versus what have I taken on as beliefs from outside sources that really don't resonate with me. So I've learned that overall it's about being detached. It's about being open to change. Never a dull moment. Never. Panther isn't. He's not letting me do this. But the detachment is always unexpected. And when it happens, you know, it's just a reminder that that's what life is about. Life is about experiences. It's about things coming and going, people coming and going, pets coming and going, and that everybody has that natural birthright to come and go as they please, do what they want to do, and not be obligated to any person, anything, any belief, value, moral, tradition, anything. We are all energies in motion. And it's only our minds that keep us in a state of imprisonment, in a state of expectation and victimization. And no matter where your level of consciousness is, no matter if you choose to be a victim of something or be hurt and distraught by something, or if you choose to accept it and keep moving in the flow of this energy, the world is going to keep moving. Everything is going to continue to change, and no one can change your way of seeing something. No one can change the way in which you respond or react to change in any area of your life. Your family members, your friends, regardless of how they act 1 minute versus how they act another minute. That's their right. And nobody owes you anything. So look at it as, when my friend is keeping it real with me, or my friend is being a friend, it's just simply that in that particular moment or that time frame, you all are on the same frequency. You all are harmonious with each other. But if your friend wants you to do something and you feel differently, or you want your friend to do something or a family member to do something and they feel differently, it's just a moment in time to where you all are not resonating on the same frequency. And that could be that is the completion of that particular cycle or connection with that person or those people. Or it could mean that, okay, at this time we're not resonating on the same frequency, so a separation is naturally occurring. And maybe later on, at some point in the future, we will reconnect and be back on the same frequency. You know, it could happen either way, but just remember, don't get hung up in that discomfort and that dissatisfaction and that victimization frequency when things don't go the way that you expect them to go. Because life is going to bring you so much more change in ways that feel comfortable and ways that feel very uncomfortable, because everything is about transition. So I hope that perspective was helpful to you all. And maybe that will allow you to look at people differently. And if you're holding on to a grudge or feeling vengeful or feeling any prolonged negative energy towards another person, you know, maybe that can come to a resolve, and you can see that, you know what, I don't have to let this person's actions dictate my emotional state and dictate the way that I'm thinking, to where I'm taking time and energy away from myself and focusing on someone or something outside of me that I cannot change and I cannot force to make operate in the way that I want that thing to operate. So, yeah, thank you all for tuning in and watching For Your Mind to Shine. Until next time. Hey, Panther.
Okay, jeez.